everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTraining.tv, where every day is an exciting day to be doing the Claire's FileMaker platform. So we do have some announcements. Full access. If you go to fullaccess.us, is a FileMaker locally put on regional event for those of you who are in the San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, western part of the US, or if you're in Australia and you're really lonely and you want to come out here and meet people, that's awesome. Just understand that you need to understand what full access means. Just so when you show up to the event, you have proper expectations. Very, very important. With that in mind, part of full access is getting full access to important people. Who might those important people be? I am pleased to announce that Ryan McCann will be at this event. Ryan McCann will be there, I think, on the Wednesday. So if you want to find out, talk to the most important person in the Claire's FileMaker platform, it's Ryan, to be clear. He will be there. You can ask him questions. It'll be open Q&A with him. There is the potential that some of the questions and some of the answers will get rebroadcast later. He will be there. Rick Kalman will be there. Clay Makel, chief engineer. Well, he's not really the chief engineer. Chief engineer is this lady right here, Lucy Chen. She is awesome. She is a powerhouse of awesomeness in a compact design. And I mean that very seriously. So she'll be there, or she won't be there, but Clay Makel, who is her like number one, semi-number one engineer under her, there's a handful of them. They've been around a long time. He'll be there. Margaret will be there, of all people. That should be interesting as well. So Margaret will be there. Stump Margaret or Stump Ryan McCann. Those will be fun events to have. So with that in mind, we're going to pivot to Nick. Nick, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're going to switch to you. And so I'm going to turn it over to him and let Margaret run on this. I'm actually prepping for next week and packing all our stuff so I can go to the event. All right, Nick, action.
Okay. So, well, today we don't do AI stuff. We do list stuff today. So anyway.
We're not doing lists? We're not doing AI?
Yeah. No, we do list.
This is one of those one-off topics you were talking about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's one topic we tossed like this, you know.
Is this the new function from FileMaker 25?
Yeah, the very last, yeah, the very new function that nobody used and nobody understood, and trying to get that to people to understand what that is, right?
Yeah, make sure you explain how you used to do this, because we used the summary. Didn't we use the summary function to generate the list, and now we have this, right?
Yes, but yeah, but it's not a replacement. This is different. So that's why I want to get to this. Okay.
Okay.
So today, I want to explain. So who is using this, by the way, in the audience? Who is using this? Get record IDs from font set, and it's best friends, the go-to list of records. Who is using this? Okay, nobody answered. Okay, no problem. So anyway, that means nobody is using it. So what does that means, especially the go-to list of records, so this stuff here. So we go there, you have a new script, and you have this go to list of records. So so I don't know who is using this, who is not using this, but to me this has one use. Is very good. Don't need to do relationship, less steps. Yeah. Okay. So but it's not really a replacement of relationship and stuff like that, unfortunately. So let me explain. Every single record in FileMaker, right? So for example, I think I just created a new file. Yeah, this one. Okay. Every single record in FileMaker, so let me go there, gets record ID. Every single record has an ID. So when this is a brand new file, I had one record, right? 2 records, 3 records, 4 records, 5, 6, 7. So I create records, right? Correct? In this table. I create record. If I delete all, right, and I say new record, it continue to where I left. It's not getting back to zero. This is not the same. This is record ID. It is not the same as get record number. Oops. Record number. Okay? There's two different things. Right? Record number, it's the number of the record in the found set. For example, let's say I have a found set here, right? I have 6 records. This is the first record, the second, the fourth, the third, and the fourth. That's the record number. But the record ID is when you create a record, you have an ID. And that record will have this ID until deleted. But this ID is lost. If you delete the record, the ID number, and if I create a new record now, it will be 41 because the ID the ID 40 is burnt, is taken. So now what happens if I have another table, right? So this is table A. Let's say now I have table B. Okay. So now I have 2 tables. Table B. Let's put the same 2 things here. Okay. New. So as you can see here, I create new record, IDs, right? From 0. It started from 0, right? So if I delete everything again here, new, it starts to 23 because I deleted 20 records. So this ID count is per table. Okay? Is per table. So each table, create a new table, start from 0. If you create 10,000 records and then you delete record and you recreate record, well, the ID is taken once and will never get back. In the lifestyle, in the lifespan of the file, you will never get back. Okay? And also, you have a maximum amount of record possible in FileMaker as a file, which is billions. I don't remember how many billions records you have, but you can reach the limit. That means, the indexing. Even if I do, even if I do new delete, new delete, new delete. See, it is not getting back the record, the number. Okay, so we got this, right? The record ID it's per table, right? And once the number is taken, even if you delete the record, it will never come back. Okay, so now this is great, and this is how this go to what's the name? Record ID works. Let's say I'm here, right? In table A, I have 19 records, right? But remember, I don't care about the number of the record. The record number is this, okay? Talking about ID. Let's say I want to go to the ID. I want the record 30 31, 32. I want to go to that records. Okay? So I'm using go to list of records. I want the record. I don't remember which record I said, which I said something like, okay, 30, 31, 32. Okay. I want the record 30, 31, and 32 in the current layout, right? 30, 31, 32 in the current layout. So I'm going there and I'm running this. Oh. Boom. He found 3 records, 30, 31, 32, right? So I went to that 3 records, correct? So if I change this, I can say also, I can say, okay, and 40 and 43. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be 32, 41, 30. We can be, I don't know if I do have the number. Yes, right? And 46, 45, I say 40, 45, and 46. Okay, so I can do this, right? So play. Okay, I have those 5. 30, 31, 32, 45, 46. Okay. What happens if I put a number that doesn't exist? Okay. I don't have a record 10,000, right? Well, it doesn't matter. You won't have even a warning. It will find the record you can. It can find. Okay. So, but that okay, that's great. The problem is it's per table. So I have no way to ensure where that comes. Okay? Where this 30, because I can have the same number on the table B, right? I can have the same number on the table B, right? Table A, table B, or I have IDs, can be the same, 30, 31, 32, 40, 45, 46. In table A, that will be, I don't know, invoices. And in table B would be contact, would be different records, right? With the same ID, because they can have the same ID because they are on 2 different tables. So that's what makes this system a little bit useless when you want to retrieve records from a dedicated table. Okay? And of course, you can't use relationships. It's just a go-to list of record, which is pretty much a perform find. Okay? This is a perform find. It is not a go-to related records, which is much more powerful than this go-to list of records. That's why I said this is not a replacement of the UUIDs and parent key, foreign key. You can't connect. You can have related records using that technique. You understand? Because it's not if the ID was unique for the records, like let's say in table A, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I create a table B, it would the first record would have been 6, 7, 8, you know? If I could, but no, they made that from 0 to infinite per table, right? So now we know how to go to the list of records, and we know that we need to read the record IDs. So how this could be useful and how I can gather those IDs, okay? So let's say I'm here, okay? And I'm using, get, it's get, hold on, I don't remember. Is this? Yeah, okay. It's so big, okay? So we have this, okay? So, and then we have a type, okay? And that, I'm pretty sure, confused you a lot, okay? We have 4 types, 4 or 5, I don't remember. We have 4, okay? So what the type? We have type 1, he return a list like this, right? We have type 2, so 23, you see, all the IDs that I have in my found set, okay? Then we have 2, it return, so 1 like this, 2 like this, right? The different type, I'm going to explain that. 3, I love it, and 4, right? 2, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so why those different types? Okay, so let me explain. Oh, we have the type 0 also, which is like this. It's a list. Okay, type 0 is the list of values, right? My favorite, by the way. Then you have the 1, which is JSON string, okay? Then you have the 2, which is a JSON number. That's why you don't have the quote, right? Then you have the 3, which is another one I like. It's a value number ranges. So let's say, if I'm going there, let's delete this one and this one, and then delete this one and this one. So look what happened when I do the range. I have from 23 to 24. Then, the 23, 24, they are together. Then I have 27, 28, 29, 30. But it doesn't say 28, 29 because, yeah, they're there. So it's a range from this and this. And then I have from 33 to 61. What happens if I go here, right, and I remove 56? Well, now the range cuts. I remove 56. So from 33 to 55, I have all the range. Then I have a gap. The 57, you remember, 56 I deleted. And then, so this also is cool. So I have the 0, which is a list. I have the one, which is a JSON text, two, JSON number, and then three ranges. And now there are four, there are ranges of JSON. Okay? So, of course, it is based on the font set. Okay, so let's put 0 here. Okay, so I have all these IDs, but if I have a smaller font set, I have less IDs. Okay, so those are IDs. I'm not saying they are record ID as FileMaker internal ID. Okay, they are like this. Like I said, the get record, right? The get record ID, right? So the get record ID, so the get record ID. So let's go to the help on this, okay? Right? Return the unique ID number of the record. So yeah, okay. The number return a decimal value. It doesn't, okay, so, well, so that's the record, that's the number, right? That's FileMaker is generating. Each time you create a record, you put an ID. It's like a serial number hard-coded, right? It's a serial number. But when it's done, it's done. That's what I explained, okay? Okay. So that's the record ID. Not a record ID like UUID or something like this, right? Okay. This is something, it's not generated by a calculation, okay? It's there. It's, it's natural. There's no, I don't have any field say record ID, right? It's not there. It's natural. It's okay. So now how I can use, so let's say I want to use this record ID here, right? So here, right? This. So let's do a script, okay? Get list of records. Right? Records. Okay. So let's say set variable, and you will see why. List of record IDs. Okay? Oops. That's what I want. So get list, no, get lists. How? I never remember the name of this stuff. Oh, get record. Okay. Get record. Okay, this one. And let's take the type 0, okay, for now. So, and I will explain why we have these types later, okay? Yeah, but all of them work with get record, list of record. Even many of them works, not only this one. Okay, get record IDs for font set. Okay, see, I get this, okay? So let's say I have another, so I have this. And then I say show, for example, and then I said go to list of records using this, right, in the current layout, okay? So what happens if I do this script? I get the list and I show all, right? So now I show all. I have this list here. This is the ID I want. I had in my found set, okay? And if I run this, I get back my list of records, okay? So I do it again. So let's say I have 3 records, okay? I get my list of my 3 records. 1, 2, 3. I show all, I do things, I do many things, whatever I do in my script, blah, blah, blah. And then I want to go back to my original list. Okay? Boom. Right? I'm back to my original free stuff. Okay? So, do we have any questions or?
There was the one from David, which is the
Yeah.
if you send the get record ID from found set to go to list of records, is it going to find them or need to convert to a list before? Question mark.
No, the free will work. A demonstration. I can do it. The free will work. So let's say show all, and I want to undo this. So here, this is my 0, and then I say 3. Okay? 52, 55, 57, 61, right? Instead of having this, I have this. Okay? So if I say I want the 3, so I gather my list of records like this. Okay? Show all and go to list. They're back. Okay? It works. 0, 1, 2, you can use whatever you want. I love to use the free. Oops. I love to use the get record ID from font set number 3 because it's easier to read, when you need to read. So now, why this is useful? To me, there's only one reason this will be useful. It's when you want to use pieces. And now I think you know where I'm going, right? Let's say you have a pieces, okay? So let's close this, okay? Let's say I want to do something here. I want to, what do I need to, okay. Let's create something, right? I want the date reviewed. I have a new date. Reviewed. Okay. I have a new date. Date reviewed. That I didn't have before. Okay. I'm going to add to change the date here or add the date. So let's add it. Right? In this list, I'm going to add date reviewed. Oops. Doesn't matter if it is not perfect, right? So I have a date reviewed. Do I need to put that here? Yeah, it's okay. So it's empty, right? I don't have anything in date reviewed, right? But let's say I want to do that I want to put the current date in that field, right? Correct? But on server, right? So that means I want to retrieve these records on that table, okay? Which is, by the way, this table, right? I have 1,200 records, right? This is this invoice, right? So, and here will be the IDs. This is the IDs of those records, okay? This. 36, 7, 8, no, no. Okay, this is the IDs of this. So if I put the number 3, okay? Okay, so I want to retrieve those IDs. So when you use that on Perform Suite on server, it's perfect, okay? So let's build this script. I want to retrieve, right, the IDs. I want to retrieve those records in the pixels and put the current date, okay? Let's do. So here, okay, update date review, okay? There's a new script. So I need the IDs of those records, okay? But I am in a portal, right? So there's no way, so that the limitation of this, there's no way I can get the record IDs, you know, on the fly. No way. There's no list of record IDs. You know, I cannot say, I cannot use this and point to a different table, a related table. I can't do that, okay? This works only on the current table, right? I cannot go to a related table. That's why I prepared that session. That's why that if you want to use this go to records, use, you know, this go to list of records, right? If you want to use this, I suggest that you put a field with a record ID inside, like this, right? So now you have a field with a record ID, correct? So it doesn't matter, it doesn't make any difference in term of, but I have the record ID, okay? So I can gather now those IDs, right? So I can say set variable list of record IDs, okay? Oops. So that a different way to get those IDs, right? I'm showing you all the ways, right? I'm going to show you. I gather this list of record IDs. That's automatic. There's no need of, as like I told you. I have this. Now I have a P source, so I got those lists. Now I can build a P source, right? So let's save this. What this is a, oh, this is a new script I built. I can delete. So this is the P source. So I'm gathering this from the script parameter, right? So I'm in the P source. That means here I gather the information, I gather the IDs. Then now that I create the P source script, I can say perform script on server, these scripts, and I'm sending to the scripts the list of IDs, okay? And this script here, what this script do? Go to layout, the layout where I need to go to list of records, right? Using this list, right? So I'm going to this script here locally, I'm sucking the list of record IDs. Then I send to that script on server that has no idea where am I. No idea where am I. I said, don't worry. I'm going to send to you the list of all the ID I want you to retrieve. Here we are. This is a list. Go to the table involved, right? Go to the records following that list and replace in the same table T13 the date reviewed with the get current date. Actually, let's do a current timestamp. I'm showing you. I'm going to show you why. Let's change that into a timestamp. Will be better. Okay, so let's put a little bit more space here. So if you want to know if a field will be big enough to hold the data that you want here, you go to View, Show, Sample Data, and it's not. See, it's truncating. But this is too big, it's way big. I can do this, and then I can add more space. Boom, I'm good. Right? So this is a trick, to let you, size a field to make sure that the field can hold the whole thing. Actually, I can even, yeah, so it's time, hour, second, So what will happen now if I'm running that script? Okay. This one. I gather the list of those IDs. Okay. Here they are. 3, 27, 32, 34, they're here. Okay. And then now I have the pieces running. The pieces we do. What the pieces will do. Gather the list. Go to the layout I want to go. Get the record based on that list of record IDs, and then replace. This is phenomenal, right? Because, as David said, no need of set a global and use a self-join relationship with a go to related record script step. So for this configuration, this method is fantastic, because now I can do this and boom, and still too big. Okay, I can change this a little bit, make it like this, and the time. Okay. See? So if I play again the same script, right, you will see that it will change. See, it changed the time. So it's fantastic because, like I said, I don't need to have a global field where you're going to put your IDs and then have a relationship, a self-join relationship to gather again those IDs. So for the pieces, this is perfect, right? The only inconvenience, right, is like you cannot change table, for example. You can't say, okay, go, I mean, here the related records, here the invoice items, right? And with ID products, go to the products. I can't do that. I need IDs for that, right? So, do we have any questions?
Just the used in a card window in find mode, same table, found the criteria entered by the person. I set variable records to gather the record ID using get record ID from found set, close the card windows, and go to a list of records using the variable records.
Yes.
No global, no relationship.
Yeah, so you can, for example, you can go from, like David just said, so you can retrieve, for example, let's say, let's do what David says, okay? So let's say you're here. Okay, you're here, for example. And you say, oh, I want all my item C from that layout. Okay? Correct? But then you go to another layout that go to the same table, but with a different, same table, two different layouts, but this and this doesn't have the same TO on the layout. This is INVI, and this is T13. Two TOs, two different layouts, right? And I want to transpose these guys. Let's say I want all the item C that has more than 3. Okay? I did a search. Now I did a search here, but I want to transfer that found set, that 100 free record to that table. To that, it's the same to that layout. Okay, two different layouts. They look the same. They're two different layouts, right? Two different TOs. One layout is going to this TO, and the other one to this one. Okay, so no way I can connect them. You know, no connection, no global, no relationship. No, you understand? So how I can do this? Well, let's do separation. And let's call this transfer of found set. Okay, because this is what we do. Okay. So same thing as here. I get the list of record ID, but now I am in the table, so I can use the get records ID from found set type 3, 1, 0, whatever you want. Okay. I have my list, but I am in the now here. I was in the related table, so I need the record fields, the record ID field, because I was in a related table. But now here I'm in the table, so I can use the out of the box get record ID from found set. Okay? Because I did my found set. Remember, this was my found set. Item C and more than 3. Okay? Okay. Now, I said new window, or I can even say, oh, I can show you, that's a good demonstration. Go to list of records, because we have option now. I can say use that list of record IDs, but also I can say go to that layout in a new window, right? Get, then I'll show you how to do that. Window top plus 25. Window left. Okay. So in one script step, I open a new window in a different layout. It's pretty much like a go to related records. I have the same type of option. Layouts, new window. Here I have the same layout, new window, right? So pretty much. Okay. So now I'm here. Here I have 1200. Here I have 103. Let's do that script. Step by step. First step, list of record ID. Here, right? So I have some ranges, right? Like here I have a range, here I have 2, here, see? But here I don't have range, right? See how it works? Okay. So, and then I go in, so let me close this, hold on. Let me close this. Okay. So let's do it again. So run this, gather the list, and go, boom. Another layout in a new window with my 100 free records, right? But still, we are in the same table. I cannot say, go to accounts, get get me this list of record ID, and then go to invoices. No, you know what I mean? No, because it's table connected, table content dependent. Okay. So it is great for this demo, like David Angel said. You are in one window. You do a search in one window, right? Let's say you do a search, and you want to transfer the font set in another layout, right? So this also is a tremendous, perfect way to do that. Transfer of font sets from the same table. That's perfect. You search in one layout, gather the IDs, and then, right? After that, you can do smart thing as well. Okay. So that means since you know, there are IDs, right? Correct. So there are IDs. So you can eliminate IDs from your list, for example. Okay. So also this go-to list of records, right? It's all, you know, the go-to list of record IDs. It's also used for the semantic search. That's another story. You know, perform semantic find. Okay. By the way, who is using this? Right? The semantic. So there's this one, and then this one also with natural language. Okay, so you have this, you know, the semantic. TOG hopping. What label? What is this? What is a good way to save a font set so that you can restore it in FileMaker application? Yeah. So of course, yeah, you can save a font set, right? And this is where the range can be useful, you know. So you can save font set. You can, you know, application is, you know. But I try to, you know, show you the most. But this is another one. You know, you can save font set instead of, you know, you can save record IDs and then get them back. Before, we had one way to do that, and I was using that way, which was to save a snapshot link, right? So, and you can do that differently, and also you can make sure you can add or eliminate IDs from a font set as well. If you want, I can do an additional webinar on this if you want. All the usage, saving, and also how to manipulate those records IDs. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Do we have what's the name? Webinar about perform found natural language and perform semantic finds?
Yeah, we do. I don't We've had a couple people talk about it over in our AI days when it was initially launched. So
But that long time ago, right?
it was in July. So yeah, we're in
Okay,
October
yeah.
now.
Yeah. So, and it could be this, I like it, So, and this here. And but it's you know, I try I will have a difficulty to make that simple. This is okay. This is super cool, by the way. You can, but it's cool. It's super powerful when you know how to use it. And this is where my very annoying naming convention T05A, T05B1, B05ZZ, because when you do a perform find and, so you can use those T05A, and the AI will know it, will understand. So, yeah. Anyway, if we don't have another. David Angel is typing. Semantic search have to pay for the token used. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, okay, so that's something I said, many times about AI stuff. Unfortunately, this technology, if you want, it's like being in 1998 and saying, hey, you know what? I want to use internet, but for free. Well, no, right? So you have to pay for it. Internet for free wasn't existing. So it's the same. It's the same here. AI, unfortunately. So if you are just playing with it, like playing in the sense of entertainment, use the free version. But if you really want something out of it, well, you need to you need to pay. Something funny I was doing with AI stuff, just to let you know about what you can do. So I want to buy a I want to buy a piano, but I want to buy a very weird piano. So first, right, you need to know about all those restrictions and stuff like that, right? So you have some time. So, and this is a restriction we have on okay, it's in French, but about the ivory keys of an ancient piano, the ivory. That's restriction for the ivory. So I need to know what the restrictions are because I want to move a piano from Austria to Greece, right? So I need to know all of those things, right? So, and then, so for example, here, I send pictures to the piano I want to buy, okay? But it's a very, very ancient pianos, which is not at all modern. It's a pre-modern era, okay? And it doesn't have, so this is a picture I had, right, for the piano. So out of this, using the pro mode, right, analyzing the pictures, it could come with the thing that the cast iron plates has been rebuilt. It could see, right, that has a new strings and felts, right? Just by seeing one picture like this, boom. I could have said that too, right? But so the analytic I'm getting out of this, right? So, and he's writing emails in German because the guy is in Austria, right? So I got all and everything, so yes, so he took some other image from other things. So yeah, it's what he can find about the sale number of my piano, blah 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 blah, right? So yeah, it's it can be, you pay, but if you start using the AI for your everyday life, that can be FileMaker or whatever, right? You get thing out of it, right? Definitely, because I was I was dying and pretty much crying here in Greece because there's absolutely no piano culture here in Greece. When you said you want to buy a piano in Greece, they say, oh, Yamaha, G Series, or Kawai, and that's it. They don't even know what the Viennese, stuff, or French or Italian, so they don't, Yamaha or Kawai, there's no other thing, right? So I was dying. So that's why I say, okay, can you find me all the sellers in France, for example, because I know France is a big country for piano. And I found one in Austria, right? The one I wanted, So yeah, it's a really powerful tool, for many things, getting out the restrictions, telling you what you need to do. It's and in FileMaker, you can do a wide variety of things. So you can do search, semantic search. You can do help you to build, create codes, create functions, custom function, scripts. You can, analyze a file, get the weakness, make an audit out of your file. It will find all the problems, all those weird, like for example, one day the boss said, yeah, it's a nightmare to know which relationship has a delete here, for example, right? Because you have no way to know unless you do like I do, put on the name. But if you forget to put on the name, you have no way. Well, you can do it with ChatGPT or AI you use. You can analyze a file. So, the AI to me is like so powerful that what's the name? The $200 that I'm paying for the pro version, it's way worth it. That actually the only I cancel my Netflix to do that. I prefer to have a ChatGPT subscription than the Netflix one, to be honest. Right. So anyway, see if we don't have any other questions.
I don't see any at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to send me the sample file? Because the sample file, people have been like, I get
Yeah,
random
no, it's
messages about
yeah.
it.
I need to download it and do a final review, and I send it. I send it later today or tomorrow morning. Okay.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nick, for doing this as always.
So next week, what do we? Next week I'm off, right?
Next week you're off, and the week after we're back to AI adventures.
Okay. Yeah. I will have some good stuff because I will have this week to, I can work on nice demo and nice stuff.
Yes,
So
absolutely. So that'll give you time to whip up some really cool stuff.
By the way, so since you told me that I'm off the, I won't be able to do a rescue mission or because I won't be at home. Like Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So
Yes,
so I
absolutely.
I cannot do rescue mission. Hello?
Yes, no, absolutely. I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So are we good?
I think we're good. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
No,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Well, I will see people tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, I won't. Bye.
Bye.